Hi, this is part two when I met Melissa for the ELL camp for Westwood, kindergarten to grade 3, and it will be for 3 weeks in the summer. So during our meeting, we came up with um, ideas and challenges and how I'm going to support Melissa. Again, still using the frameworks from Mentoring Matters. So the ELL folder here at the top, it talks about how I met actually with a series of teachers during the year at Westwood um, and that I coordinated, and we came up with an ELL folder with apps and extensions and websites and like how to use Google Translate and talked about Brain Pop. As well, I've added a few extra things. And I think I'm going to share that with her on Saturday, or send it to her on her own time. She can look at it. I'm also going to make a screencast on some other extensions and like Screenshot and Grammarly and Read and Write and how they can support the students. And that way she'll have them and we can put them in the blog and they can refer to them. So I won't be, so that'll be supportive for her in July when she needs to go back to that. We talked about trips and budgets and different things and what the challenges are going to be. She was pretty worried, you could see, about integrating the blog and how she was going to train the little ones and not knowing who she has and what their capabilities are, what languages they speak, what countries they're from, what support systems we're going to have, things like that. So I tried to share things around the Google Translate and how that would help and how we can try to support parents. We also talked about communication with parents here. We talked about having a journal and maybe trying the Remind app. I don't think being at the 3 week camp, she was ready to do that. We'll see. But I did convince her. She was back and forth about the blog, and I think she's going to go for it. We talked about lots of strategies and how we can implement that, but she's still a little on the fence. But I really tried to talk about that. And then we talked about some other things to use the Twitter for making it real and how we'd use Google Hangout and or Skype or the to make some virtual tours because of budget and how we can use Twitter to maybe do some pre-investigation around some of the school trips if they go to the Butterfly Conservatory and things, and how we can put a tweet out and that can become one of the centers in Daily Five, and a student can be in charge of making that a little tweet, and then of course she would make sure that everything would be okay before they tweet it out as a class. We did talk about um, some other things. I do have some other ideas in using Adobe Spark and certain things that might be a voice thread that is more conducive to the age group and maybe explain everything or educate educations, I believe it's called, an app. But again, we have to see what we have accessibility to and our support systems and how we're going to talk to the kids and train the kids so that they become independent learners. Um, I'm going to talk to her about 21st century deep learning, and I'm going to make some pick collages to talk about um, thinking in the classroom and making thinking visible. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do a screencast on that, but just so we can guide some of our learning and how we can evaluate whether we're actually hitting some 21st century competencies and what engagement is, so that we can reflect on our own learning and maybe she could use that in her project or not. That would be up to her, but I thought I would share that with um, Amanda and um, Melissa as well. Okay, thank you.